Time now for our rants and raves. I'm going to start with you, Callie.
All right, so this is a rant, and I'm very disappointed to have to put this rant forward. It's for John Meacham, who people may know is a regular MSNBC contributor, a presidential historian, a guy who's so fluid and beautiful in his speaking about raising us up to our better angels. So I was disappointed to find out that he had been involved in helping craft Joe Biden's presidential speech that he gave, on Saturday after, accepting the fact that he had won, the Biden-Harris ticket had won, and that he had not disclosed it to MSNBC. Now, he's not a journalist. What's the problem? They have other people on there who have clear political affiliations. I'm thinking Michael Steele. I'm thinking some other Democrats that are not coming to mind right now, who they say up front, so-and-so is a supporter of, and Michael Steele is supporting whatever. So we're clear about it. What was the part of that? And so far, they've not really come forward to say exactly. But he was also asked to speak about it afterwards, which is just a no-no.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Dan.
Well, I would point out that John Meacham was a speaker at the Democratic National Convention, so I considered him a partisan at this point anyway. I have a rave for BuzzFeed, which has finally solved the media business model dilemma. They have been working increasingly in the area of sex toys. And this week, in conjunction with a porn and sex toy company called Bellesa, they've released a new product that I want to get this right. It is the BuzzFeed Air Vibe. They have found that because of COVID and people being home, that there's more demand for sex content. And so they're doing it with journalism and equipment. And I say good for them.
I love that one, Dan. We need more rants and raves like that. Okay. Tom.
Now I know why they picked the name BuzzFeed. I always thought that didn't work with a hard news organization. So anyway, there's a reporter profiled in the Washington Post named Robin Kemp. She is literally a one-person operation. In fact, lost her job before, so she set herself up with a GoFundMe page, and she was the only journalist who was on hand for, I believe it was 21 straight hours as they counted the ballots in Clayton County, Georgia. This was the key swing county where Joe Biden's count actually caught up and then moved ahead and really caught the world's attention suddenly. And it was, again, the work of one reporter who was making probably not even the minimum wage. But when she was interviewed, she was asked, well, why do you continue to do this? And her answer was, because somebody needs to be there. And I think, what, that's job one. Reporters everywhere is to bear witness, and she did it. So I wanted to send out a rave on her behalf. Everybody else who's doing that kind of work at the local level and not very often appreciated.
Right. Okay, Joanna.
Well, my rave is also about a local news reporter, a local anchor and television reporter, maybe slightly less important to democracy, her work, but still great nonetheless. Her name is Lita Powell-Drake. She's 82 years old now. She actually went viral this week based on somebody else's supercut that went around social media of her old celebrity interviews, which feel a little different from the ones we're used to seeing. Let's take a little look.
Let's let her rip this morning. You got to work with Richard Burton in The Tempest.
Yes, I did.
And now he's dead. You've done some brilliant pictures. You've done some stinkers.
Really?
What happened to Heaven's Gate, Sam? What happened to Bosom Buddies?
We were canceled.
I saw that.
So she would go on these junkets, which is where, movie promotion, they bring a lot of reporters in. And usually there's this sort of standard rules of engagement where the reporter asks a polite, boring question about the work. And she said she did her own research. This is pre-internet. She said, what are the people of Lincoln going to want to know about? What do I want to know about? Ask really blunt questions. She is my hero.
Yeah, I agree. That was a good one. All right. Well, finally tonight, I have a rant for CBS Evening News. I mean, they've had a lot of sign-offs, none like Walter Cronkite's, and that's the way it is. They tried Courage with Dan Rather, but I think they've sunk to a new low, in my opinion anyway, with Norah O'Donnell. Here's her signature sign-off.
That is tonight's edition of the CBS Evening News. A reminder, stay positive, test negative. I'm Nora O'Donnell in the nation's capital. Good night.
Honestly, what is that? What do you mean? Stay positive, test negative. It's as if there is an equivalency there. Only one thing you can control. You can control a positive attitude. You can't control whether you're going to test negative. I find it bizarre. Anybody agree? I don't know.
It's
It's not going to last.
Yeah, it's off.
It's off.
Yeah.
All right.